best. Lee Searcy fired up the LEX18 mobile cam to begin our Storm Tracker team coverage. It's the LEX18 Big Story at 5.
Well, hi, Nancy. We are stuck in traffic. We're not even moving 2 miles an hour on I-75 northbound near the Kentucky Horse Park on the Fayette-Scott County line. I'll show you exactly what it looks like. It's not pretty. You can see we are not moving. That's because there is an injury accident just north of the Horse Park accident. There you see the brake lights. Here we are stuck, and all 3 lanes are blocked. We are trying to slowly move our way up to the Ironworks exit so where we can swing back around and hit I-75 south again. So you want to avoid this area because this is exactly what you're going to run into. I checked in with Kentucky State Police. Most of the day since midnight, KSP has worked about 14 accidents and motorist assist. That's both of those included. Lexington police have responded to quite a few non-injury accidents, 57 total collisions across the city, which when you think about it and all the people on the roadways, those are pretty good numbers. But again, we are here at I-75 northbound, right on the Scott-Fayette County line. This is what you're looking at. This is what you're running into. You may want to consider, if you're heading this direction, to take 25 home before getting stuck in this mess. That is the situation here along I-75 northbound. Nancy, we'll send it back to you.
Well, you're sitting still, but there's been a lot of white-knuckle driving in Lexington today. Kylan Mills is live downtown to continue our LEX18 Storm Tracker team coverage.
Nancy, we'll start with the good news. Main roads in Lexington are clear at this hour. We're talking about Manowar, New Circle, and the roadways clear of snow for the most part. However, side streets are a completely different story. We are on Mill Street off of West 2nd Street. And if you take a look here, you can see snow completely covering the roadway. I mean, you can't even see it. We do have a little bit of slush in some spots, and that is creating slick, slippery conditions that can be easy to slide. And that's what we saw across Lexington earlier today. It was a little bit of a mess. We came across a car in a ditch earlier off New Circle and Harrodsburg Road. We also spotted an SUV that slid off the roadway on Manowar at Versailles, and for a while only 1 or 2 lanes were clear of snow on I-75. That's where a camper overturned at mile marker 104, creating a major backup around 2 o'clock. Luckily, though, that driver was okay, but people all around Lexington say it was slow going.
They're pretty bad. Only on the highway, like 2 of the 3 lanes maybe are plowed, and then the other 2 lanes, it's just kind of ruts where the cars have been going. So it's pretty bad out there. Everybody's slipping and sliding.
It seems like people's been taking it slow. It seems like it just keeps getting worse too. So we're gonna have to be really careful, be cautious.
And Lexington road crews will be out tonight in full force. This is the 5th day in a row that they have been working around the clock. Again, they have cleared rank 1 and 2 roads. They now are planning to get to rank 3 and 4 roads this evening and into the morning. Covering the news live in Lexington from the LEX18 mobile newsroom, back to you.
That morning snow made the commute this morning more complicated and frustrating than it should have been for drivers in Franklin County. Connor McHugh gives us a look at slippery road conditions in and around Frankfort. That continues our LEX18 Storm Tracker team coverage.
As the snow slowly sprinkled down, life trudged on in Frankfort Tuesday. PLOWS did their best to keep parking lots clean. On the roads, it was a different story.
We rode in this morning to work. We slipped and slid all the way. We couldn't come up the hill, so I had to end up walking in.
While salt trucks raced by, workers at Hardee's revisited their nightmarish commute. Across the street, drivers cautiously navigated curves and crept down slope drives.
For those of us who have lead foot, we had to learn some new lessons today.
Catherine Collins expected a gross morning. She did not expect her windshield wipers to betray her.
It froze up, and I couldn't, and I was thinking where was going to be the first time I could pull off.
On I-64, the roads weren't any better, and according to state police, neither were the drivers.
These conditions are maybe top speed allowed for about 45, 50 miles an hour. But cars are traveling in the 70s, somewhere in the 80s. 2
men went to the hospital after 3 semis wrecked. One of the drivers says he narrowly avoided the worst of it.
Thankfully, the good Lord was watching over me, and hopefully he's watching over all the other people out here, because it's really slick.
Covering the news in Franklin County, Connor McHugh, LEX18 News.
The snow plows in Madison County struggled to keep up with the fast snowfall today, which made traveling a lot trickier. LEX 18's Carolina Buchek is live in Richmond with a look at the roads to continue our Storm Tracker team coverage.
The roads are a lot better now, but that's because this snow has finally stopped and the plows have been able to hit major roads like the bypass back there. But these side roads, take a look. They are completely caked in this slush, and drivers say this is making them slide all over the place. Now, earlier today, drivers said that combination of snow and slush, it made conditions just terrible out here. Some even say that it's the worst they've ever seen the roads. Intersections specifically seem to be pretty rough, so turning onto certain roads was not easy. And right now, even high priority roads aren't perfect yet. That's because there's so much of this slush constantly being made as drivers keep going through the area. And that combined with these low temperatures, well, it's making a rough situation for drivers.
It's slushy. You know, it's a lot of slush, maybe where they've had salt, you know, and the cars are running on it. It's a lot slushy out there.
And this snow even caused EKU to cancel today. They're also canceled for tomorrow, along with Madison County schools. Covering the news live in Madison County from the LEX 18 mobile newsroom. Back to you.
Several wrecks reported in Georgetown, too, including in the I-75 area. Jacqueline Nye is live in Scott County to continue our LEX 18 Storm Tracker team coverage.
Yeah, Nancy, the accident happened just a little bit ago on I-75 North near the 122nd mile marker. As you can see behind me, traffic is extremely backed up. It's backed up for a few miles, and the transportation cabinet says that all 3 lanes are going to be shut down for at least the next 2 hours while they clean up the wreck. Other roads in Scott County, like US 25 and Cherry Blossom Way, are still slippery and hazardous. And the sheriff's department says that even though it's been a few hours since it stopped snowing, to still be cautious while driving as the plows continue to work. The roads didn't stop one man from getting out and about.
Pretty bad considering, but there are some plow trucks out, but it's not too bad if you take it slow.
For the latest on the accident on I-75 North, keep up with us on LEX18.com. Covering the news live in Scott County from the LEX 18 mobile newsroom, back to you.
Anderson County firefighters were left with a mess this morning when a truck ran through one of their stations. About 6 o'clock this morning, an R.J. Corman driver slid off the road and slammed into the corner of the building. The fire chief says the truck had significant damage. The impact took down the corner post, and they had to remove one of the garage doors. No one was inside at the time, and the driver was not hurt.
No injuries, and that's what's important. The building could be replaced. There was no equipment damage as far as fire trucks. There was no damage to any of the trucks or any of the equipment.
The driver also took out the gas meter outside the building, causing a leak. And with no gas, the firefighters had to bring in temporary heaters to prevent the water in the trucks from freezing.